Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Today I think we're going to the Criminal Sphere District? Department? Maybe. Yeah, it seems like we're supposed to be here, maybe. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Things seem kinda quiet around here today. You're right. The chief of detectives seems the same though. Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to? Right, okay. We can come back here later. So no, we're not supposed to be here. Gonna examine you though? That man must be the chief of detectives. He's staring at a screen so hard it might shatter. What? Dark case may have been fabricated? That's what I thought all along. I just never bothered to tell anyone. Now there's a guy who cares about his work. Or an idiot. One or the other. I guess here? How were you not arrested? Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Sure. You never know where life will lead you, Bambina. I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. Billy? Must be his pet cactus. Say, where you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Alright, dark trial. Someone was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. A question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match for the wound the victims sustained. What does that mean? It means the wound came from something else other than the knife. It means that there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. Prosecutor Marshall. I got the looks, but he got the brains. I beg to differ on all accounts. He's still wearing a cowboy hat, but he definitely seems the more normal between you two. And I haven't even met him. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. How old was he? Your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the king of prosecutors? I knew it. We already were told this, but yes. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for prosecutors. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. That day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was a thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes at that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Ms. Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. At least you get to keep your job and probably pension. Starr seemingly got really screwed over. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. Gant and Sky. The investigation lead Damon Sky and his second in command, Lana Sky. There was some person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. And apparently they haven't aged. Well, I guess it only has been 2 years, right? Still, they're wearing the same clothes. Well, okay, I have clothes that I've been wearing for way too long. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentioned it, Emma said the same thing like that too. Or said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secrets are too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It's all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything out. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, no, I actually completely believe you. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, you should. I mean, it's kind of obvious to see. I won't even be a patrolman after today. What the Did you just spit the cap of your flask out? Man, flasks are reusable. Go get that cap. It's also littering. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to jail. So you're not going to be able to keep this flask? But at the same time, I will have it. I have a Cthulhu flask. I've never used it, but I went to a Comic-Con, my one and only time, due to how poorly it was handled. But I saw this flask there, and I was like, I'm buying that. I'm not going to use it really, probably. Maybe one day, if I get desperate enough. But, yeah, it's a nice flask. Never used it, though. Maybe I should. 'Tis the year. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Good. Go to jail. Like, I get what he's trying to find out the truth, but at the same time, you put me through a lot of shit. No one's here today, not even Ms. Starr. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly happened down in the evidence room. It must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana! I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Slide. Nothing looks different here. Move? Edgy boy! Is Edgeworth in here? Maybe he's being questioned by the inquiry committee? He took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. I guess we'll just have to come back later. Okay. Fudge? Well, this is a fine how do you do. Anything new? No. Do I have to examine something? Do I have to go and fingerprint things? Come back here? Okay. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks? Wow, he actually talked. talk to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and trials tomorrow, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Oh, instead of chaos. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? No. Depending on how you celebrate the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, whatever else, chaotic can fit those. That's like to a T. To a goddamn T. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. God damn it, Emma. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. I guess we're going anyways. Is there anyone normal in this world? Who has an organ jammed into the... This is like a very fancy church organ. Cathedral organ. What the hell? Oh, is that where the theme comes from? I mean, the desk looked nice. Whoa, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. Check out the pipe organ. That's real, isn't it? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. What? They used to call me Little Miss Bach. I had a dog named Bach. Called him Bacchus and Chewbacca. When you would wrestle with him with his toys and stuff, he would make it sound exactly like Chewbacca. I never could remember where C was. Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant. He put that paper where he was reading on his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Miss Marshall's conduct, or Mr. Marshall's misconduct, and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Niall, and me. So this was Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Niall Marshall. We've seen this picture. We've seen this picture in trial? Well, then again, I guess it was probably a flash of Jake Marshall. Yeah? We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the vase! It's in one piece! Yeah? Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there's matters that need my attention. I'm gonna lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, but this office... It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, it's still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. It said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. You mean like a clue? There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Do you have a brick? Because we can break a window. Hey, Belle! Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? Just taking a breather. My feet hurt. What? From sitting so long? Oh, did you not get a seat? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Oh man, Gumshoe. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle between you two in court. That sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. I mean, fair enough. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. The honest guy is the guilty party here, isn't she? Tots? Poor Emma. Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now, with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. You seem like you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at that file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems generally concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Doc left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean when he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl? That girl. Me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. It looks like it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forgot. It looks like it was all written here somewhere, okay? His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon? It might jog his memory. I mean, sure. Well, let's talk about Dark's crimes first. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of his crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take this serial killing? It's a businessman. Yeah, he's like, those guys snap all the time. One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? An accident, yeah, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal? He killed a man that witnessed the He killed a man that witnessed the I can't read that fast. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. Jesus Christ. A jog came up and what? Okay. So, he hits someone with a car, accidentally, kills them. I mean, as horrific and probably, well, just morbid to say, that happens sometimes. Accidents happen like that. But instead of calling the cops, he killed the witness, I guess. It was going by so fast I couldn't read it fully, but like, did he get out of the car? From the sound of it, it sounds like he got out of the car, he's like, oh shit, I killed the guy with my car by accident, and then the witness was like, oh my god, I saw the accident, and so he stabbed them? Then I guess a kid came by and saw him killing the witness, so he killed the kid? And then a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. And then, like, out of nowhere, multi-kill, like, showed up, and he had access to nukes. Finally he turned himself in, I guess. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yeah, but in the middle of his question, he fled and murdered his final victim. Okay, is that a serial killer? It must have been different days then. Right? it couldn't all be, like, if it was the same day, in the same area, in the same incident, wouldn't that just be a mass murderer? I mean, I guess there might just be the same thing. Like, a serial killer, I kind of always, by definition, thought, I don't know the actual definition, but I thought it was like a person who kills regularly. Like, they kill someone here, they go about their day, a couple weeks maybe go by. They usually have like an MO, like prostitute or, you know, child or like old person. Like, just an MO for targets they go after, right? But it was like more of a string of crimes, not just one big crime. Don't get me wrong. It's a messed up situation, apparently. Guy accidentally runs someone over, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill like 4 additional people. Prosecutor Marshall! That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It was a good thing the last witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka Emma. Right. Knife? About this. Hey, I know that! It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? I don't know, I'm just stealing things. Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in the locker. On the day Detective Gilman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That is it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again. Okay. Murder weapon. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it too. Pretty sure switchblades are just like completely illegal to sell these days. Actually, I think they're pretty illegal to own in most places as well. I guess blades that are like, what is it like? Is it longer than 6 inches they're illegal or 5 inches? Oh, it's time for Googling with Chronos again, I think. Oh, okay, actually, okay, that was wrong. There is no federal restriction on ownership, possession, or carrying a switchblade knife. For my entire life, I heard it was illegal to own one. It's illegal in some states, but most apparently don't have. Any restriction on it? Okay. Okay, so I was way off on the length of the knife too. Any knife with a blade less than 12 inches in length is permissible, including daggers, parking knives, machetes, stilettos, butterfly, and ballistic knives. I mean, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt too. I'm reading this off the internet. So, check your local authorities for more information. I was always told, like I was saying a second ago, that switchblades were just illegal. Like, any knife that you could conceal easily was illegal. And I was also told that a knife couldn't be longer than, like, the palm of your hand, but I also heard other information on that, so... Because when you get older and you hear someone tells you it can't be longer than the palm of your hand, everyone has different size palms. My hands are way bigger than some people's. Like, I got big hands. So, why would the law be in my favor, right? I mean, could have a bigger knife. Though, then again, I guess it would only be like, palm of my hand, that'd probably just be like 5 inches, yeah. 5-6 inches? I have a tape measure right here. Now we're measuring with Chronos. We're having a whole new branch out in the series here. First Googling with Chronos, now measuring with Chronos. Okay, it's only like, actually it is 5 inches. Okay, about 5 inches. A little less. But well, no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? But that's where his luck ran out. When you take a look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a look. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, now Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive. Now's autopsy report, okay. Switchblade knife updated. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Niles Marshall was murdered. The chief's out right now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? That seems very not safe for, like, security. But if I let a civilian in there, I'll be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That one won't either. That data was deleted the day he died, really? Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. I mean, maybe? Do we have a steak lunch? No. This picture that we somehow took from Gant's office? Maybe vase? Or maybe I'll find out next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, want to get my videos, I can check out some of the content, see if it's you're liking. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day.